Hello, and welcome back to the Uvanium channel. My name is Uva, and today we are playing Don't Toy With Me. This features clowns and dolls and stuff like that. So I'm really excited since that's a topic that interests me, like in a way that's like kind of very creepy to me. As always, we have some content warnings for emotional abuse and manipulation, body horror imagery of non-human characters, and murder/violence. So if any of that is no good for you, then maybe click off the video right now. Anyways, there are 4 endings, and like it should take us about half an hour to get into one of them, so we will just see if it really takes us that long, or if we can try to do multiple endings. Anyways, let's start. Light spills through the tiny windows of the dollhouse, catching the flecks of dust in the air. Though it's early in the morning, the inhabitants have been awake for a little while now. It's to be expected the toys wouldn't have quite the same grasp of time as you do. Oh, I like this style a lot. It's very fairy-tale-ish. It's very like cutesy, creepy. Whisker, you've hardly touched your tea. Her least of all. She's an antique. Could at least pretend to drink it, since I went through the trouble of making it. The stuffed rabbit sits at a table, a frown on its embroidered face. It turns its head away from the cup in defiance. Geez, you're so moody lately. I know it's not terribly fun to be stuck alone here with me, but you're not doing yourself any favors by being difficult. Don't you think we should be making the best of it? I really wish you would let me cut you a mouth so we can try to hold a conversation. The rabbit scurries off across the wooden floor and down the stairs. Dahlia sighs. It was only a suggestion. I'm not going to force you. I suppose that's another cup down the drain then. Dahlia gathers up the teacup and saucer from the floor to take down to the kitchen. Though Whiskers has been in the house for a while with her now, he has always been terribly skittish. The kitchen holds the rest of the tea set, always ready for a hypothetical tea party that thus far hadn't come to fruition. The rabbit wasn't about to sit at a table with her. Thinking back on it, she had trouble recalling who it was that used to sit there with her. You're listening right now, aren't you? I'm fairly certain I can hear you out there. Oh, she's talking to me. Alright. Tap tap. The sound of large fingers gently tapping nails on the outside of the house answers her question. She smiles softly. There you are. Maybe you could join me? I'm not sure you would fit in here with me, but I would welcome you anyways. Perhaps you could let me outside? I would sit on the roof to be closer to you. You know better than to give her her way on that. The cracks on her face tell the story of a previous excursion outside the house. She's met with silence. Her smile holds patiently, for all of 10 seconds. Fine, then I won't be entertaining you either. If the urge to be reasonable finds you, I'll be reading in my room. She storms out of the kitchen and up the stairs. You decide to give her some time to cool off while you leave to run an errand. You have a feeling she will lighten up when you retrieve your new purchase. The dollhouse is a little bit cleaner than it was this morning. Dahlia spent some time dusting and picking up. She prefers her home spotless, or at least she used to. Now it seems she settles for clean enough, and she never bothers with the attic anymore. She idly straightens the decorations atop her wardrobe in her room. Heavy thumb quickly undoes this. Well, she turns, looking around in surprise. Hesitantly, she peers out of her bedroom door and down the stairs. Whiskers is already in the foyer, investigating. What is it? She descends the stairs, delicately, joints clicking with each step. She finds a large box taking up the entryway. Oh my, a present? Her eyes light up with interest, running her fingers over the wooden exterior. There's a quirk to her brow when she realizes it's cheap compressed wood. Something new then? Whiskers presses his ear to the side of the box. He hops back away when he hears a cough from inside, hiding behind Dahlia. What is it? She searches around the lid, unable to quite pull it up. She finally finds the hook on the other side and undoes it from the small peg that holds the lid shut. She practically throws the lid open, a bright smile on her face. Oh, Whisker, look! A new friend! Oh, he looks terribly depressed. Is he dead? I'm not dead. Oh, good. The clown in the box hangs limply when Dahlia drags him out of the box by his shirt. She's surprised to find that he's mostly fabric with little structure underneath. His sleeves are half empty, tied at the seams with a ruffle. All in all, his head is solid, but his body is plush. Hello, new friend. My name is Dahlia, and this is my friend, Whisker. The rabbit's ears lie back, looking none too friendly. He keeps his distance. I'm sorry for all the excitement. It's just been so long since we had a new toy. Well, not had. Obviously, we don't have you. What are you, actually? Oh, where on earth are my manners? What do you go by, friend? No, I don't go by friend. And I'm a puppet. My name is Huxley. Huxley, how nice. And a puppet, why, that does explain it. Oh, let me take you to a chair. I shouldn't be holding you by the whole time like a little bear. With Huxley comfortably, situated in his chair at the table, Dahlia sits opposite to him. She's all smiles, even though the clown looks so sullen. Here, have some tea. Oh, can you hold a cup? I have a silly straw. Thanks. Despite the thanks, the clown doesn't make any move to drink the tea. Are you alright, Huxley? I don't expect you to be quite as excited as me, but you look so upset. I'm not upset, but what's there to be excited for? You've taken me out of the box and here I am to sit in another box. Oh, he's depressed. The only difference is that I'm not the only one in this box. But that makes all the difference, doesn't it? I do enjoy watching Whiskers, but he's not one for conversation. And now this won't be such a lonely place. What do you want to do? I'll show you that there's fun to have here. I don't want anything, thanks. Oh. Well, surely it isn't true. Everyone wants something. Do you want some quiet? We could lie on the floor and watch the stars projector. If that's what you would like to do. No, we're trying to find something you want to do. Do you want to tell jokes? You're a clown. If you'd like. Did you hear about the clown car that crashed out in the middle of nowhere? There were 30 casualties. Jesus. Oh god, he is not a good clown. Oh my. I don't think I get that one. I'll try again. What do you get when you boil a clown? A laughing stock. Wait, let me try to get it. I don't quite get it. Oh, that's funny. Clown soup. I bet it would have polka dots too. Oh, let me try. A clown named... Oh, what the fuck? Pagliacci goes to see a therapist. Oh, darn it, I messed it up. You're a funny lady, Dahlia. Oh, you smiled. Oh, don't stop just because I pointed it out. I'll start getting the idea you're determined to suck. Sorry. Just haven't told any jokes in a while. No audience unless I got brought out just for that. So I stopped. What's the point? The point of telling jokes? The point of coming up with jokes if I only get to tell them when someone gives me the time of day. I don't like being a puppet. The only choice I get is to not participate. So I started doing that, opting out. Oh, so you just don't do anything? Nothing I don't want to do. Which I don't want to do that much lately, so... yeah, kind of. He looks uncomfortable at the direction of the conversation. It's clear he hasn't had to explain himself at length before, especially once withdrawn from everything. Dahlia, on the other hand, is clearly mulling the idea over in her head. Do you think you would want to do more if you could get around better on your own? Since then you could go where you like and not have to wait for someone to bring you there. That would make things easier for me. No offense, but I don't think I want you stitching anything onto me if that's what you're thinking. Huh? Why? Are you just assuming I would be bad at it? I choose to keep my answer to myself. That wasn't what I was thinking about anyway. Wait here for just a moment. I'll try not to go anywhere. Dahlia leaves the kitchen, hurrying off back to the foyer. She stands near the box Huxley arrived in, looks up, her gaze aimless, as though she isn't quite sure of where to look. Hello up there. I imagine you're still watching, yes? Thank you for sending me a new friend. I know I've asked for one a lot, but I'm afraid I need to ask for something else. I'm sorry for asking so soon after receiving this gift, but it isn't for me, so I hoped it might make up for it. So, do you think perhaps you could give me something to help Huxley move? Perhaps wheels or a wooden skeleton? Oh, we can only help. I suppose there couldn't be any harm in it. If the puppet is really so broken that it can't even keep her company, it doesn't do much good, does it? It will have to be a modification so simple that even the toys can figure it out, though. You have an idea. Surely, with only a single item to work with, she'll understand what needs to be done. You place your gift in a box Huxley had arrived in. Dahlia looks on in surprise as she sees a large spring in the box. Oh, yes, this is perfect. Thank you so much. She eagerly plucks the prize from the container, needing both hands to carry it. It's as long as her legs at the very least. Seeing as it's a bit unwieldy, perhaps it isn't the best idea to bring it near the tea set. She ends up leaving it behind, fetching Huxley instead. It takes the pair a few minutes to figure out the logistics of the attachment, but in the end, it is sewn securely to the opening of Huxley's body. It takes a moment to get used to balancing on the spring. This is certainly different. I think I'm getting the hang of it though. The stairs will take some practice. That's what the railing is for, at least until you get better at jumping. Perhaps soon you'll be able to leap from the landing to the upper doorway in one go. She laughs at the idea, but he seems to be very seriously considering it. Perhaps so. Everything else is upstairs, right? What about the back room? More stairs, unfortunately. That's the doorway to the attic. And what's up there? More stairs? The ceiling, silly. Some old odds and ends. Some things just don't really have a place in the house. But I still have to go somewhere. Perhaps you could eventually convert it into a bedroom for you. Your cruelty knows no bounds, Lady Dahlia. Making a man able to jump and putting him in a room with a low ceiling. Okay, yeah, that's kind of funny. That's kind of like very ironic. I didn't mean... I know, I'm only teasing you. For someone who kept wanting me to lighten up, you sure aren't good at recognizing a joke. Oh, don't tease me. But I'm happy to see you in much better spirits. I am. I've never had something like this. Oh, wait a second. Alright. Though, is this really okay? What do you mean? Nothing. I didn't like being a puppet, so I don't know why I should feel odd about becoming something else. Like a jack-in-the-box? I would never. I mean to say, I'm not getting back in that box. Of course not, but you will have to sleep somewhere. And I suppose the box can stay here in the foyer. You could make it in a table or use it as a chest. I just don't want to have to carry it up the attic. Whatever you want to do with it, it's not mine. But yeah, I guess this makes me a jack out of the box. Oh, Jesus. Which I would also never do. Dahlia tilts her head in confusion once more. Huxley spares her any explanation of the joke. I'm actually feeling a little fidgety now. Think I would want to give the stairs a try. Will you show me the rest of the house if I make it up? Of course, and if you can't, I'll carry you up. I'll make it up even if I have to drag myself up. Just, maybe go stand off the way just in case. With some time and effort and a couple of paintings knocked off the wall, Huxley manages to make his way up the stairs. Dahlia feels perhaps a few new cracks were added to her face from the worry with which she watched when he twice spilled backwards down the stairs. Luckily, the clown was not so delicate as she was. He bounced like rubber. Perhaps that's what he was made of. The thought remains in her mind that she will have to remind her new friend that she is much more fragile than he is. But for now, she hurries up after him, congratulate him, and show him around the upper floor. The linen closet isn't exactly a room, but it's important to show regardless. The bathroom is of slightly more importance, of course, though perhaps less importance than it would have been in a real house. Huxley notes a lingering smell of paint and powders in the bathroom. It must be somewhere Dahlia... Oh shit, I can't read it. Wait. History. Where Dahlia touches up her face. And lastly, Dahlia brings him to her bedroom. I don't think I've ever had anyone in here before. Well, aside from Whisker. You don't think so? Where's that little guy anyway? I kind of expected him to join us for the tour. Oh, don't mind him. He's so jumpy these days. I couldn't even tell you why. Perhaps he's less confident without other plush animals around. Did there used to be more? I can't seem to recall. I know I knew a teddy bear once. Perhaps he was a friend of Whisker's? She frowns, brows furrowed in concentration. Huxley watches on with concern. Is remembering things a regular problem for you, Dahlia? It is for me, certainly. In a sense, I suppose it is. Very little changes in the house, so the days tend to blend together. That's so real, though. That's so real. If I have trouble remembering something, I'd be hard-pressed to know whether it's due to forgetfulness, because it happened long ago than I realize. I've recently started writing in my journal again, though, so that should help with the more recent days. I wasn't sure where it was for a while, so I will have to really make good use of it now that I have it again. Yeah, sounds like a plan. And if I get curious, I could always read out on what I missed before I got here. Absolutely not. Keep it locked so you couldn't even if you wanted to. Just another joke, Dahlia. I wouldn't read your diary. You better not. Now, what was I going to show you in here? Oh, I want to show you here in my wardrobe. I keep my dresses here, but it's full of many games as well. You can feel free to help yourself to any of them if you find yourself looking for something to play. I have my bookcase in here as well. I have all the classics. Pride and Prejudice, A Little Princess, Hans Christian Andersen's fairy tale collection. Oh, those are good books though. Those are really classics. Quite a collection, Dahlia. Are you teasing me again? No, they're just very you. Huh? Except that one. The complete short stories of Edgar Allan Poe. A little bit of a gothic at heart, are you? That's a good book though, that's a good collection. I like that one. I did say I love the classics. What about you, Mr. Know-It-All? You're making yourself sound rather well read. I've just heard my share of bedtime stories in my day. Oh, he's moving. And the others I've heard a little in homework form. I have to say, it hasn't made me the most bookish kind of guy. Except maybe joke books. Well, in your words, that's very you. There's no shame in it, but I warn you that you will eventually want to do some reading. Beggars can't be choosers for entertainment in this house. Though, I'd be happy to read for you. I can see it now. I'll let you know if I have any trouble falling asleep here. Then maybe I could use it. It's refreshing to see Dahlia looking so lively again after so much time spent by herself in the dollhouse. She had her problems in the past getting along with other toys, but the clown seems to be a good choice. Entertaining as a jester should be, but not so energetic that he would impose upon her lifestyle. She considers herself to be an elegant lady after all, and some wild fool would certainly find themselves met with friction when it came to living with her. Hopefully they continue to get along. I kind of doubt it. I mean, this is a horror game, so I think something will go wrong. The following days, they seem to adjust well enough. They play their games and have their tea together, and even Whisker seems to be more at ease with Huxley there. It's a point of concern in some ways. Hopefully the rabbit doesn't come to be too affectionate with the clown. Why's that? But for now, it's happy days within the dollhouse. You find yourself watching him regularly. Okay, that's a bit of a problem. Right? You find yourself watching him regularly. Today, they've gathered in the attic to improve Huxley's sleeping area. I'm sorry we don't have a better place to keep a lot of these things, though I'm happy the bed is finally seeing some use. It's not too bad. The spiders have been keeping me company at night. Spiders? Well, probably just little mites. I've wondered about some of the things you keep up here, though. Don't just change the subject after mentioning spiders. Are there really any spiders up here? No, I was only joking, Dahlia. It better be horrible creatures. Now, what were you wondering about? Well, I noticed some of these things seem out of place. The painting, sure, they make sense for you to have. But there's some old brass knickknacks in here that don't look like any of your other stuff. Like this big brass horse head. It's a knight. But you're right, it doesn't look familiar. There's some old clothing up here. Oh, I really haven't cleaned up in here in some time, but I didn't think there was anything but spare decor items. What sort of clothing is it? Well, I found some bow ties, like the formal kind, not like my ribbon. And no offense, our dearest Lady Dahlia, but they wouldn't really suit you. Do they belong to Whisker? No, Whisker doesn't really have many belongings to speak of. Whisker shakes his head to confirm this. He only has the little bed in my room and a few little toys of his own. Though half the time he seems to prefer playing with ballad or paper more than the things I make for him. One doll's trash is a rabbit's treasure. I'm almost certain that that's not how the phrase goes. Well, in any case, they seem like men's clothes to me. Though I did see some old hairbrushes and things as well. Not ones that match your sets though. Do you think some of this was left from whoever lived in this house before you? I suppose it's possible, though it seems stranger to me that the owner wouldn't remove such things before placing me here. Maybe the owner hoped for a more masculine doll. I'm sure I'm exactly what they were hoping for. They had me this long after all. Well, the owner doesn't seem to be interested in doing much to your home regardless, so maybe they didn't bother with this. Or they're using the storage for the extra things. Oh, I hadn't considered that. And they get quiet at times, but it doesn't mean they lack interest. They love me. And I love them too. You two should get a room then. Or I guess a house. Oh hush, there's no need to be jealous, Huxley. I'm sure that they love you too. Okay, maybe the jealousy will be what sparks the conflict. What kicks everything to come tumbling down. You wouldn't be living here if they didn't find something appealing about you. It must have been my sparkling personality then. Perhaps it was. Right. Well, I don't have any doubts that they're just tossing me in here for your sake if they really love you so much. How do you mean? Well, you have told me a few times just how lonely it is here without someone to have conversation with. And here I am. Well, he's kind of right about that. Well, I'm happy you're here, but I doubt it's just for me. It's all the same to me. It's all the same to me. As long as they leave me be, I'm just fine. Oh, that's just silly, Huxley. I know you would enjoy the attention if you got it. Doubt it. Such a sourpuss. I suppose we'll find out the next time they do decide to check in on us, regardless. I'll be holding my breath until then. The conversation comes to a stop as the pair go back to cleaning, but it leaves you with some thinking to do. It has been a little time since you initially purchased the clown, so you've had little time to get to know more about him. More so than you could have known taking him off the shelf. At this point... Okay, let's save. Okay, so there appear to be different routes then. Dahlia remains a favorite, Huxley's winning over. I like Huxley, but I like Dahlia more, to be honest. You still feel Huxley is better suited as something of a distraction for Dahlia. Flawed little thing that she is, you wouldn't have kept her this long if you didn't have some attachment to her. Especially with how poorly she gets along with other toys. She's quite lucky that, even though she's so much trouble, you've had quite a sentimental view of her. Hopefully the clown learns his place with time and stops bringing down the mood for her. Okay, I'm kind of being mean though. If not, you could always make some adjustments. Okay, that sounds kind of scary. But nothing can last forever. It's clear enough the honeymoon phase coming to an end by the argument you find already in process when you check in on the house today. Huxley, you've picked out our game 3 times in a row. We're going to play what I want today. You literally offer to let me choose. You can't say you don't care what we play and then take it back because you didn't like what I picked. I didn't know you were going to pick the worst one when I said that. The worst one? You seemed fine with it the other day. But fine, let's play this one instead. You like Parlor Detective, don't you? Are you serious? Just more in the mood for a word game. So, you had a specific game in mind. I didn't realize which one I want until now. It's not as though I planned to argue with you. Could have fooled me. You're so sour, Huxley. I'll get the game set up while you're over here sulking. You'll feel better once we start playing. Hey Whisker, what do you make of this? Rabbit looks up from his place on a little pet bed on the floor. He seems uneasy at being addressed in the middle of the tiff. Whiskers doesn't even talk, Huxley. I know you're playing some joke. Whiskers, do you think Dahlia already started the game without me? I'm still setting it up. Because I'm starting to think we're playing charades, or as ESP tester. Or maybe just mind games. I don't think expecting you to take me at my word requires you to get psychic. The only funny thing about it is how silly you're acting over some board games. Yeah, well maybe I'm not in the mood for your kind of game. So you're pitching a fit over not getting your way? Huh, that's rich. No, if you just said what you want from the beginning, I wouldn't care. Honestly, if you wanted to watch paint dry and you were serious about it, that would be fine with me. But I'd rather drink paint than get jerked around. Then enjoy the taste of your new colors. I'm not in the mood to play anymore. Dahlia shoves the little letter tabs and game board back into the box she had been removing them from. Even Huxley looks a bit surprised at his reaction, but primarily he looks irritated. It's odd to see him so worked up. Though he has been more lively since Dahlia helped him get back on his feet, it's rare to see him feel so strongly about anything. The general state of ennui he carries himself with leaves little room for such emotional outbursts. Not beyond a sarcastic remark anyway. So seeing him like this, it's a little worrisome. Once the game is put away, Dahlia moves to push him along towards the door, meeting resistance when she does. What are you doing? We're not going to be playing anything now, so I want some time to myself. Get out of my room. How mature of you, Miss Dahlia. Okay, no, this is not going well. Really befitting of a lady of your caliber. Out! The clown finally exits the room and she slams the door behind him. With him gone, she sighs and presses her back to the door. It takes her a few moments, but she gathers herself and straightens out her dress and then her hair. When she looks around and sees Whiskers no longer in the room either, she sits down on her bed and takes up her diary and pen from the dresser. I swear, I can't count on anyone to just be civil. Okay, but the thing is, of course this is weird and shit, but like, if you live together, there's gonna be conflict eventually, especially over little things like this. But like, how you handle it, that determines your maturity and how you will go on forward with living together, you know? But they are handling it like children. She begins to write. You decide to leave her to the personal writing. Next morning, you decide to check in on the dollhouse to make sure things have cooled off from the day before. Dahlia is waiting in the kitchen, presumably for the other toys. She seems to be lost in her thought. Distant look leaves her face when Huxley enters the room. You can tell by his expression he's wary of what she might say to him. Presumably, they haven't spoken since their fight. It's probably good that you're here to watch them, just in case. Good morning, Dahlia. His tone is flat, cautious, perhaps. Good morning, Huxley. Dahlia's greeting is chipper, her tone sing-song as though she doesn't even recall the fight before. The clown is caught off guard for a moment, but regains his composure. I was just waiting to make breakfast. I assume Whisker won't be joining us, but that's alright. I will leave out some leftovers for him. What will you be having today? You're leaving it to me to choose? Oh, sorry, I wasn't asking you. She must mean you, but then... Okay, let's say... Okay, what could she like? I think she could like crab. Reach into the kitchen with them and carefully pinch the little cookboard up in the cupboard between the tips of your finger. Oh. Huxley's eyes look wide, and you can see him tense his jaw as soon as your hand enters the dollhouse. His whole body is wound-tied, as though in preparation to flee the room. Dahlia, on the other hand, smiles as her dark eyes watch you take the book from the room. The book? The book? Oh. You grab one of your tools to help with moving the pages, a thin pair of tweezers you usually use for toy repairs. You would just see the pages out if you try to handle them yourself. You carefully select the recipe, then hold the book in the tweezers to keep it open as you return it to the room. Dahlia reaches up to accept the book out of the tool's grip. The puppet shows a silver of teeth between his lips, but he doesn't speak. You take your hand back out as soon as the item is passed off. You aren't sure what he's thinking, but you can tell he is very upset by your intrusion upon the toy space. Okay, something is definitely wrong with him. Was he like mistreated by his previous owner or something? Oh, it's been a long time since I've made crepes. Crepes? Is that how you pronounce it? I think so. I have some wonderfully juicy strawberries in the fridge as well. They will be perfect for this. Huxley, do you prefer yours with chocolate sauce or just whipped cream? I'll have it however you're having yours. How can you tell when they're here anyway? You ask so readily. Oh, I can ask every day. You usually sleep in though, Mr. Lazybones. Lazy no bones? Yeah, well, I was having trouble sleeping, so I'm up early. Oh, let's have some chamomile tea before bed tonight then. I'm sure you will sleep well then. Yeah. We'll worry about that tonight though. For now, I have crepes to make. You're going to love them, I promise. But since they are rather troublesome to make, I would like you to help as well. Of course, I can't cook though. I'll be doing all the cooking. I just want you to slice the strawberries for me. And do be careful with the knife. Okay, I wouldn't trust him with a knife. You watch as Dahlia starts to prepare whipped cream and crepe butter. She periodically stops to correct Hugh. What the fuck, why can't I read his name anymore? Huxley on his cutting technique. Each time he seems a little more discouraged, but he doesn't remark on it. That's probably for the best. You watch until Dahlia starts putting together the crepes, lovingly rolling into little cone shapes and filled with cream and fruit. At some point, she recuts some of Huxley's strawberries, slices into hearts to top them with. Things seem peaceful again, so you leave them to do their culinary work. Hopefully, the morning together helps them put their agreement the night before behind them. The music stopped. That's not a good sign. He hopes that the toy wouldn't need much more supervision to keep getting along, turned out to be a little too optimistic. You find yourself regularly checking in on them when you hear arguments breaking out in the dollhouse. Despite Huxley's originally harsh demeanor towards Dahlia when she would snap at him, you find he's becoming more and more upset by these developments. You never really took him for the emotional type. You're not sure what to make of it, but Dahlia is convinced that he has only crocodile tears for her. Even if so, you find yourself worried about the state of the dollhouse if they continue to bicker this way. You only brought Huxley in as a way to keep her entertained, to provide her some company that would actually talk to her, but you're starting to wonder if that was the right decision. The mood in the house has become unhospitable, and you sometimes find yourself considering separating the two by adding an extra wall to divide the dollhouse. But it would hardly be a practical solution. Like every other day, you find yourself checking in on the dollhouse when it becomes too quiet. You need to see what the two inside are up to. You see Dahlia is currently having some tea in the kitchen by herself. She seems fairly content, but you did hear another fight earlier. You check the attic for Huxley next, expecting to find him moping by himself after another rough day. But he's not there. What is he doing in there? Oh, he's in her room. Is he trying to read the diary? You watch in silence. Whisker rests on the pet bed in the room, and his head turns to look at the clown as he crosses the room. Huxley brings an arm to his own face and mimes a shushing noise. A little difficult to do without fingers, but the rabbit seems to understand. He lays his head back down, and Huxley continues to cross the room. He lingers at the bookshelf, bending down to examine the spine of each entry there. He checks the board games as well. Oh, definitely the diary. I'm so sure of it. Not finding what he's looking for, he heads to the dresser next. His eyes wander over the basket of flowers and the clutter of small desk items Dahlia keeps there. A little notepad with a list of chores and repairs to be made sits on top. He leaves through this, but drops it back in place once he sees how mundane its contents are. His lips tighten in discomfort. He slowly opens the first drawer of the dresser. Shuts it much more quickly than he opened it. At least you can be sure he wasn't looking for the contents of that one. He opens the next one and this time reaches inside. Dahlia's diary. I was completely right. I'm such a genius. He closes the drawer and leaves the room, heading back up the attic with his findings. Whisker gives a worrying frown from his position on the pet bed. This is a bad idea. The lock in the diary is a minor obstacle. He simply uses a small knife from the kitchen to cut it as close to where it's attached to the book as possible. It can just be glued back into place. Huxley opens the book and sets it out on one of the dusty boxes so that he can more easily read it and turn the pages. His touch is careful, aware of how suspicious it would be for any of the diary's pages to be ripped. Though he noticed right away some of the older ones are missing. You originally had taken those out for Dahlia, but now you're glad you did for an entirely different reason. Never thought about other toys sleeping. Okay, so I'm definitely not a good person here either. Like, something happened in the past that I wanted her to forget. XXX19XX. Dear Diary. I can't seem to find my old journal, so we'll be starting fresh. It's a lovely day for such fresh starts. Rose finished another painting today for the foyer. The results are beautiful. She is such a talent with paint. I wish that I could make anything half as lovely. I can at least say I provide something in return since I'm working on a new dress for her. I do hope that she likes it. Okay, dear Diary. I've asked for some flowers to put up some arrangements around the house. Since Rose paints so many flowers, I'm sure she would like some for her still lives as well. I'm not sure why I'm bothering though with how difficult she's been lately. It seems like she disagrees with me just for the sake of it, even on the littlest things. I'm not going to say anything to her about it, but I wish that she would stop regardless. Wait, have I maybe removed Rose because she kept arguing and now he will fear the same thing and then fucking kill her for it so he will not be taken out of the dollhouse? Completely crazy theory, just throw it away. Maybe I would be right though. Dear Diary, honestly, I think she's jealous of me. It's the only thing I can think of. Rose used to be so sweet, but now it's like walking on grass to be around her. Glass. Or is it eggshells? Either way, she needs to stop picking fights with me. Our owner is only excited by her because she's something new enough to still be a novelty. If she thinks that means she's better than me, her wooden head is empty as it sounds when the wind blows through the house. Ooh. A crude drawing of a doll's head with wind blowing in one ear and out the other adorns the next page. A couple after that are removed, and that's where Rose disappeared. Dear Diary, I'm terribly lonely here. I think the owner sent Rose away due to my complaints. I haven't seen her in days and they won't answer me as to her whereabouts. Maybe Dahlia killed Rose. Or has it been weeks? I'm not sure anymore. I suppose it can't have been days since I'm having difficulty remembering exactly when we last spoke, even picturing her face. I wish she had left behind some self-portraits. I miss her dearly. Huxley frowns and skips ahead past many pages of mundane daily goings on around the empty house. They range from cheerful recountings of craft projects to desperate letters to no one expounding on her loneliness. Oh, this is 2000s now. Dear Diary, a new home with new faces. I was able to bring a few things with me, but it feels quite frightening at the same time. Luckily, Lucille has been a very gracious host. She shares everything with me in eagerness that tells me she has been as lonely as I have in these past years. Though I don't enjoy sleeping in the attic. It's rather eerie up here. I feel terribly out of place. Maybe if I wish hard enough, I'll return to the home I know. Huxley eyes the old bedframe that now holds his own bed. He had just assumed Dahlia had always lived here and it was her home. Dear Diary, Lucille is not what I thought she was. She's so cruel when she wants to be. Today we sat on the roof together to see the stars. She pushed me. The owner doesn't believe me. Oh shit, that's why she has the cracks. They replaced the arm that was damaged, but my face can't quite be restored. My eye. I feel so broken beyond that though. Perhaps I'm just very unlucky. But nothing ever quite works out in my favor. If I convince the owner of what Lucille did, perhaps they will actually do something. But until then, I think I'll just be avoiding her, lest I say something that would further prevent any sort of peaceful resolution. Dear Diary, she deserved it. They wouldn't have done it if she didn't. What? The puppet stares at the pages, chewing his lip and looking deep in thought. He leaves through the next quiet stage of Dahlia's life until he finds another name. Oh, 21X. Dear Diary, after so long the owners give me new friends. Theodore and Whisker are a delightful little pair. I would never say so to them, but I'm a little disappointed the owner didn't think to bring me a doll like myself. But Theodore is still a kindly gentleman, even if he's rather fussy. So that's the guy who the bow ties belong to. And Whiskers knows so many tricks, such an agile little thing. I'm sure we're going to get along grandly. The section seems to be missing the most pages. The areas where even Dahlia writes about her frustration with her diary being tampered with, and how often she finds herself confused about past events the other toys discuss with her. Eventually, Huxley finds the new pages that Theodore's name simply isn't mentioned again. Not even in a memoir fashion as when Dahlia lamented the loss of her initial friend. Huxley finds some more recent entries as he seeks the point where he initially arrived. 2020 something. Dear Diary, finally a friend. New friend who might be as sad as me, but at least he speaks. At least it's not only me now. At least I can look at his face and recognize him. I'd start to think perhaps the owner hated me. They placate me with gifts, but they never let me out anymore. And I know they have other toys. I can see them from the window working on their projects. Only just barely. I don't always understand what I'm seeing, but I know that's what they're working with. Unknowable things, but knowable faces. If Huxley hadn't arrived, I don't know what I would have done. I was at my wit's end. But finally, things are normal again. Dear Diary, Huxley is a curious fella. I rather appreciate the humor he brings to the house, even if I wish Whisker would look at him quite so interestedly. Whisker ignores me when he can. She is the jealous one. Oh my god. But I'm happy to share my books and my time with Huxley. I don't know if he understands our situation quite the same way that I do, but he likely already knows that there won't be any more toys added to this home after him. Unless one of us were to be replaced, of course. But I wouldn't let it happen. Wouldn't let either of us be replaced, or wouldn't let herself be replaced? The rest of this is just about things we've done together. Though she does kind of talk about me like she thinks I'm stupid or something. Huxley frowns and finally closes the diary. This was a waste of time. Now I have to fix the strap too. I remember seeing some glue in Dahlia's scrapbook supplies. I'll just use that. He leaves the attic to return the book to its original hiding place in the bedroom. Dahlia is already there. Why are you acting like that, Whisker? You funny little bunny. You've never tried to play with my things before. Now give me my hairbrush back. Come. Huh? Huxley tries haphazardly to hide the book behind his loose sleeves. Oh, hey, Dahlia. Hello, Huxley. Did you need something? No, it was really quiet up in the attic. Oh, isn't it always, though? She smiles, amused by what sounds to her like a very silly excuse to come find her. I was just brushing my hair until Whisker stole my brush. Silly little thing. Whisker tenses as Dahlia reaches for him. He squeezes as she picks him up by the scruff. Dahlia, be careful. That looks really, uncomfortable for him. Oh, he's just being dramatic. He always is when I pick him up. Okay, I think she's a total psycho. She tugs on the brush in Whisker's paws. Huxley finally catches on to why the rabbit is acting so strange. He tries to inch closer to the dresser while Dahlia is occupied with Whisker. The book slides right out of his grip and onto the floor when he tries to lean over towards the dresser. Oh shit. Dahlia drops Whisker, her eyes trailing right down to where her diary lies on the floor. She looks stunned, but only for a moment. What are you doing? Dahlia, That's my private writing. What's wrong with you? Coming into my room and stealing things? You horrible creature. I had a reason, okay? I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done it. What reason could you possibly have for rifting through my drawers and violating my privacy? I share everything with you, Huxley. I should at least have my own thoughts to myself. I wanted to know what was going on in your head. You've been getting really mean with me lately. So I thought I'll just see what I was doing wrong. If it was me or you, or if I was doing something that was upsetting you. I should have just talked to you about it. You're accusing me of being mean when you've stolen from me? Just how I've mistreated you, Huxley. This is my home and I'm sharing it with you. I make you food and I play games with you. I even fixed you. I wasn't broken, you know. That part of it. You do things for me, but then you act like I owe you. Like you're counting how many favors you've given to me to turn it in later. Plus you get so angry about everything if it doesn't go your way. I don't want to feel like I have to watch every little thing I say or you will get upset. You have an awful attitude, Huxley. What am I supposed to say? Being upset by your rude behavior isn't unreasonable. Disagreeing with you isn't rude. So is stealing not rude either? I already apologized. And if the things I do for you make you feel so awful, then I don't think I should do anything for you anymore. You ingrate. You're being ridiculous about this. Coming from a clown. Maybe you're right. Maybe you weren't broken before like I thought. Maybe you just made wrong in the first place. Oh sheesh. Dahlia cups her hand around her mouth and looks up at the ceiling. You can take your spring back. We don't want it anymore. She's telling me to take away. Oh my god. Dahlia! Get rid of it! Get it out of my house! Stop it! Huxley shoves Dahlia backwards, causing her to stumble. Oh shit. She trips over Whisker, who scurries to try to get out of the way. There's a quiet crack when she hits the ground. Huxley stares at her with his eyes wide. I didn't mean... Decide you've seen enough of this. Wait! Scoop the clown off the dollhouse as Dahlia picks herself back up. You can see her limp as she steps forward. Likely some minor leg damage. You will have to fix that. As for Huxley, clearly giving him equal footing with Dahlia in their home was a mistake. Oh, I'm ripping him. You carefully tear out a section of fabric that kept the spring in place in the puppet's body. Once it's done, you set the metal piece aside. It's what she asked for, after all. In this case, you're inclined to agree with her. You gently place Huxley back into the dollhouse. His breathing is heavy, and his body trembles as he lies on the floor, unwilling to get back up just yet. He's so sensitive about any sort of contact with you. Pitiful, really. Dahlia brushes off her dress and frowns down at him on the ground. Looks back at her with glossy eyes. Dahlia. Huxley's expression betrays the level of hurt he's feeling. Even beyond the physical change, there's clearly an incredibly deep betrayal in his eyes. What? You got by without it before? But since you think my input doesn't matter anymore, there's no reason to keep you using the things I decide to give you, right? You'll figure something out all by yourself. Unless you decide to take back what you said and plead with me for forgiveness. Huxley's impression darkens and he goes quiet. The silence hangs thickly in the air, stifling the mood in the room. Whisker looks uneasy despite the look not being directed at him. He's quick to leave the room. Well? Dahlia, if you really think you're right about this, your face isn't the only thing that's cracked. The doll's eyes widen as she shoots the clown an incredulous, infuriated look. Is that so? Guess I'll be taking the attic back as well. Came with a room anyway, didn't you? Can sleep in that box. How about you give me your bed instead, since you have to sleep in mine if you want to keep me out of it. You're so ridiculous. I thought we were friends, but your jealousy is clearly too much for you to overcome. It's such a pity. Why couldn't you just play nicely, Huxley? I was playing nicely. That was my mistake. Just watch yourself if you're thinking about getting mean with me, Harlequin. You know our other friend would have been quick to punish you if you raised a hand to me. Huxley's eyes search the room, pacing over the ceiling, the windows. He knows you're watching, which he should. You don't want him getting any ideas considering you already had to confiscate the spring. Just like that, he seems to lose all energy. You're right. It's pointless. So why didn't you just go crawl in your box? Huxley says nothing as he leaves the room, having to pull himself along the floor. When he reaches the stairs, Whisker at least helps him along, once he's sure Dahlia can't see. Dahlia, on the other hand, is looking pleased with herself, despite the edge of sourness still affecting her mood. Honestly, can you believe the nerve of him? I do so much for him, and he decides to treat me like this in my own home. Clearly, he forgot whose house this is. I shouldn't have expected much sense from a clown anyway. Thank you for looking out for me. I knew you would. We've been through so much together. I love you, my dear. Okay, this is getting kind of scary. I will save real quick. I need to drink some water and do something real quick, but I will be back in a second. You won't even notice. Alright, I am back. When you check on Huxley, he really has returned to his box, curled up inside much like when you first put him in the house. You imagine that he will get over his mood with enough time. Hopefully he comes back out with a new attitude as well. You expect a little better when you chose him, honestly. Damn, I'm kind of mean to him. I'm not sure if I kind of regret supporting Dahlia. In any case, you're glad that the little problem has been taken care of. Later in the evening, a surprisingly loud sound draws your attention back to the dollhouse. Oh shit, everything is dark. You check the foyer first. The large mirror near the attic door remains intact. Huxley doesn't seem to be in the box anymore. He must have snuck back up in the attic to sleep. He doesn't seem to be present here either. It appears the picture frame in his room also wasn't the source of the noise, as it's still in one piece. You already saw into the kitchen from the entryway and it was completely dark. So that leaves her room. Decide to check Dahlia's room. Though it's unlikely she does have decorative window, it would be it would be possible to break, as well as various glass knickknacks. Looks like she's awake as well, as you see a dark shape on her bed. Closer to the bed, you realize there's something lying on the floor. The brass night piece? Okay, something is going on, and it's kind of eerie. You're putting off the inevitable. Finally move the curtains on Dahlia's bed to look in on her. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Ah, you're here already. I kind of expected to see you in the morning. Whoopsie. I guess it's a little awkward for you, isn't it? Look at Dahlia's remains on the bed. He fucking murdered her. Her eye is laying. Oh my fucking god. This is... wow. One of her glass eyes rests on the comforter. You painstakingly replicate her original one after she was first damaged. Now there isn't even a face to house it. It's only porcelain, but somehow the sight of her head completely disfigured like this still feels horribly cruel. You're probably still looking at her, right? You spoiled her, you know. It's pretty awful of you to put me in this position, but maybe it was for her. I can't imagine someone gets to be in her position without being enabled in some ways. Maybe that's why she couldn't get along with anyone before me. But hey, you have a new favorite toy now, right? What the fuck? He has her fucking face on his face. Even if you hate me, I'm the only one now. Do you only like pretty little dolls? Oh, I didn't do anything to Whisker. I haven't seen him since I got the chess piece from the attic. What do you care anyway? If you liked him, you wouldn't have let Dahlia treat him like a pet. It doesn't matter now. I hope he gets out. You're probably going to break me now anyway, right? But he doesn't have to see that, or see her. Okay, this is a big choice. But... yeah, Dahlia was a fucking bitch. She was a fucking cunt. But he shouldn't have fucking killed her like that. Oh my fucking god. I mean, I get him in a way. I would say, just for the sake of the story, we'll break him. You're sure it's what he wanted anyways? Oh shit. You easily take the puppet out of the dollhouse and tear him in half in your hands. Fabric body shreds with minimal effort. What a waste. Dahlia is beyond repair. Huxley was a disaster. The rabbit has completely vanished. You have to start over from scratch. You don't even know if you have it in you at this point. Perhaps you'll avoid choosing such big egos in your next project. It only causes trouble when they crave to be in control, knowing you're the only one with any control here. I'm a fucking sociopath. I'm a control freak. Like, they were alive, even if they were just puppets and dolls. They were fucking alive, they had their own consciousness. And I have no qualms just ripping him apart? Just seeing them as a project? Well, say for instances like tonight. Even humans can control everything. And 1A, you spoil her. Okay. Okay. I think with enough time, I want to see what happens when we save him. Keep him. Gently lift Taxi out of the dollhouse. It is well and truly tempting to pick the puppet up and pop his little sculptured head right off his shoulders. But what would be the point of that? You would have nothing left, just an empty dollhouse. Not sure how you managed to lose control of the situation so quickly. You were only away for a little while. You shouldn't have to watch the house for every second of every day and night to avoid these kind of disasters. You could never stop it when it happened with Dahlia. Of course, you couldn't keep it when it happened to her either. In the end, maybe it is on you for not maintaining a better balance in the household. You can't be sure. Leave the dollhouse alone for now. You may come back to check on Huxley and start the arduous task of attempting to build a connection with him. It shouldn't be impossible, even if he's the difficult type. Dahlia was a difficult type too. It took a lot of work to get her to do as he wanted and involved a lot of compromising. Maybe too much compromising. If you hope to ever introduce new toys to the dollhouse again, you'll have to hope you've learned from your mistakes with her. The clown caught you off guard this time, but you will soon be in control once more. ending 1B your new favorite. Okay, that was Don't Toy With Me. We reached 2 of the 4 endings. We focused on the Dahlia route this time. Maybe I will play it again in the future and focus on the Huxley route. But this was such an interesting game. Like, the art was very good. The story was so interesting. Like, I was gripped right from the beginning. Because it seemed so cute, so like they got along together so well. But I knew something was gonna go wrong. Like, I knew something was just off the whole time. It was just eerie. And turns out, yeah, something did go wrong. And it's all my fault because my character played God. Attempted to play God. So, yeah, maybe don't try to do that. Maybe don't try to control everybody in your life. Don't try to be a divine entity. That shit doesn't work out because no human is above any other else. No human is above anything else. We're all just the same in a way, kind of. Anyways, yeah, that was Don't Toy With Me. I will leave the link in the description if you want to try the other routes or if you want to play it yourself. And I will see you sometime else. So, this was Uva, and bye bye!